parking area.
Sorry.
You want me to go back? Or
No. Sorry about
So those, the security gate out there will be a swipe access as well. They had to put a control panel out there. You notice there's a wooden, panel on the left-hand side of the driveway. We had it angled, I had them put it and angle it so we can put some signage on it. So it would kind of blend in with the area coming in, directing to the office and the entertainment. And that's about it.
Welcome, Earl. We've been waiting for you. Now we're right in the middle of Michael's management report. Come on in. That's all right, you're good.
Can I just ask on the cameras, seems like there's been some significant delays on that work getting completed. Can you just shed some light on that? And is that
Honeywell,
it's a contractor?
no, it's a supply issue from some of the stuff that they're waiting on.
What about the card access and the docks and stuff?
That's all in with that all ties together with everything over there.
Joel, I think you asked about the water fountain in the entertainium. I did ask Michael about that. and it's, we've continued issues with the contractor, but he's gonna look for a replacement to get somebody in to get that done.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that.
Anything else from Michael?
Do we know when we're gonna remove the sea box from over here?
We have, probably it'll be done late fall, early winter. We got shredding has to be done in there. All the documentation that was in there is basically ruined. Humidity from inside the trailer. A lot of our archives are in there, so we're gonna have to go through everything and shred it and get rid of it.
Last question. I know the summer we were talking, you and I was working with Sumner County Police Department, Sheriff's Department, try to get something done with the storage area. They haven't really talked about it since.
We have moved things around down there, got rid of some stuff. We did check on, we met with, Anthony met with Sergeant Starner. They were down there and working on stuff.
I saw some stuff moved around. I was over there on Friday, Thursday. But I have to report back to the oversight, so that's one of the.
Right.
Are we gonna?
One thing I'm sorry, we're down back now when you're storing, putting the your boat and trailer, we're also getting the trailer stickered as well.
That
So
was the other thing, so we do.
so
have
we
a
know-
process.
yes, we can kind of know who's what.
I'm gonna communicate that, because we need to communicate that out formally to the residents of the, I mean, that we have a process and this, that what we need to do is adhere to the process, even if some people know, some people don't.
The person who, most of the guys who taking care of the boats, they know. So they're stopping and taking care of it before they get put back there.
Maybe if you wanna make a template
That's what I'm thinking.
and then send it to him and see if he wants to send it out mass.
I'm thinking the exact same thing.
Which is a great segue for a reminder from Brittany.
So the boats have to be out by the end of this month. So we're sending an email out on early this week, so we could put in there that the trailers have to be registered with the office if you're storing them in the storage area in the back.
And do we have some type of recourse if it's not done within the timeline that?
What, the boats, the dock?
The dock,
Your boat will be on the beach. And you better get it quick because the water's going down too.
What's that?
When's
that at? That was a question. The drop.
The 31st.
31st also.
So everything's got to be out of the water by the 31st. November 1st, the dock comes out, rain or shine.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else from Michael? Okay. Hearing none, let's go on to item C, our financial review. At tab 2 of the board book, board members, is the September 2023 financial report. I'll ask Dan to present the highlights and then we can vote to approve.
Overall income last month, we were over budget 13,611, a lot of late fees and other areas where we received additional income. Taxes, payroll were fairly flat budget last month. Pool, we were over slightly there by $700. Overall expense, we were $749 for overall expense for the month. Year to date, we still have opportunity there, $63,000 over budget year to date. Obviously, we know the ongoing concerns and issues with the insurance, security starting to go over now as we expected. So overall, that's the month in review.
Any questions for Dan? Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion to approve the September 2023 financials? Earl moved. Get a second? Beverly seconds. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Any recusals? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion passes. Just want to introduce for the homeowners, we're still working on the draft of the 2024 operating budget. I really want to thank Dan and Michael and Alana's had a lot of input on this too. I know I apologize, I was not at the last board workshop, but I know folks are working hard on this. Dan has provided us with sort of 3 working copies that I think we're pretty close on in terms of being able to get to a final version. I think there are some questions that will need just a little bit of pencil sharpening, and we're going to ask Michael to take a look at those and make sure that the input values are all accurate based on the records that we have. But I want to preview for homeowners that we're looking at an increase this year. It'll be above 5%. It would seem almost certain because we've got increasing insurance costs, as Dan just mentioned, that we're ballparking in the roughly 15 to 20% increase range. That's not something that's unique to Emerald Green, unfortunately. Everybody knows your insurance has gone up, but that's true for all organizations, and particularly true for homeowners associations. Whether it's a building or a big beautiful community like ours. We're tracking our personnel costs, and security is another thing we're going to have to talk about, because now that we have both facilities open, we need to make sure that we're providing those security services and that we have proper maintenance for those services. I don't know what the ultimate number is going to be just yet, but I wanted to let folks know that you know, it's not going to be flat, and it's not going to be 5%. That's just not realistic, I don't think. But again, I don't want to bog us down and debate over it at this point. We can discuss it in a workshop if we need to, board members, but I think we're pretty close. And again, with thanks to those who have put in the time to get this where we are.
One thing I just wanted to, talk about as far as the insurance goes, just so everybody's on the same page. When we budgeted insurance last year, we put in an increase, expecting an increase, and we were 23% short for the year. So we obviously put in an increase into the next year's budget. So if you put the two together, that would give us, a 40% increase in insurance in 2 years. So that's something for the homeowners to really think about.
Yeah, and to that point, we're not approaching the insurance line item blindly. Michael and I have had a conversation with our insurance broker. He obviously doesn't know exactly what our increase is going to be because we're not up for renewal yet. But he's put together a pretty conservative best guess for us. So, and really that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to budget to make sure we've got enough money to pay the bills. Earl?
So I think the only thing that was keeping warning, Danny, my guy, but I think at some point in time, once we finish the debate, we're going to need to have some way to intelligently give the community an opportunity to kind of absorb all of that.
Yeah, and there's a process built in for that. So, and that's a good point. We can review that right now. So on October 24th, it's a weeknight, don't know which day, at 7 p.m. the board's going to have what I expect to be a very short Zoom meeting where we'll just adopt the budget that then is presented out to the community. The community will have a little over 30 days or so to review it. Sorry, a little shorter than 30 days, actually, as I'm looking at the calendar, but November 19th is going to be our next regular meeting. That'll also be our second annual meeting under the bylaws, which is our vote on member vote on the 2024 operating budget. So, Earl, to your point, once we've approved it on the 24th, it'll be sent out electronically and by mail, and folks can start to have a look at that. I think what we'll do as well as what we did last year, which is to host maybe 1 or 2 Zoom town halls, so that we can kind of go over it with everybody and people can ask, more specific questions about things as they want to, so that they're, informed on what they're voting on.
I don't say that because like I have good neighbors, but I have one that's great. And he and his wife was asking me about that. And I say that I'm fairly confident we're gonna have some workshops to get some better context. Because they own 2 homes.
Yeah,
And so it's just giving them the opportunity to ask questions to get some of the things that they're unclear about clear.
yeah. And that's why I'm raising it now, because I don't want this to come as a surprise to everybody in a couple of weeks that there's going to be some sort of increase. I want folks to know that we've been transparent about the process. We just don't know what the final number is gonna look like.
Cool. The
Okay.
other thing, Dan, the golf course, from a maintenance perspective, do we have an idea, is it gonna be significant, is it not gonna be significant?
What do you mean maintenance?
Right
The
now,
grass cutting?
Yeah, right now, it's kind of a hodgepodge of a trail. So is that gonna, do we expect that?
I mean, if we wanna budget money aside for creating trails, that's a whole separate.
So we don't have to further leeway it is?
No.
Okay. all right.
No, and I mean, that,
Yeah.
most of that would be in-house, I mean,
Oh, I didn't know.
And we can take any broader capital ideas back to the new planning and finance committee.
All right, that's all.
Okay. All right, with that, thanks, Dan, for the report. We're gonna move on to our water company update. Mr. Shanks.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This will be brief. Basically, just this past week or 2, we've had some repairs, which our staff has taken care of. Everything else is moving along. The only other thing I'd propose, I think, a couple months ago, we had a meeting with the board. I'd like to schedule another one.
Okay.
We can get together, figure out a day in November.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's easy. Wait, hang on. James got questions. I have a question.
I don't know if it was from the water or sewer, but there's been a pothole on Surrey Street for like
Yeah, we
3
know.
months.
We're waiting for our contract.
It's killing my truck.
That's a contract.
So was it from a water repair? So it's on us.
This,
Yeah.
this week, there's gonna be a lot more repairs going on. So we have, Dartmouth repairs, we have North Emerald repairs. We have, I think there's some on Scarborough, all those will get done. And then, so you're talking another week or 2. We have to get them fixed before
Winter.
November 15th, before the, blacktop plant closes and the town gets more upset.
Mike, Joel has.
Water company financials and all.
Okay.
But I think-
I'll send them to you right now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
See? When are you guys, because I don't think you've seen September's yet, have you? No.
I don't think we saw August either. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had in my notes to ask for at least last 2 months.
Yeah, if you, you can remind me when you're writing this out,
Okay,
I'll make sure we get it.
cool.
Cause I hold back because the water company board hasn't seen them. so
Sure, and they would
That's,
need an
you know,
opportunity to
so-
approve, no doubt.
I'm gonna ask Brittany to get a tickler for me also.
Okay.
Push it on her.
Anything else from the water company, guys? Great. All right, let's move on to item E, our committees. I don't think many of our committees have had a chance to meet, though I think Vince did. Joel, you're here for lakes. Any
We
other?
haven't met yet, we're gonna be planning on meeting, we have some stuff going on with water testing, That we've asked the board for some money and they've approved it, so that's good, so that would come up.
Okay.
I'm planning, one of the main guys are not here, he's in Italy, so when he comes back, we'll have our first board meeting.
Perfect.
Our first committee meeting, excuse me.
Okay, for the bylaws committee, as folks may remember, last month we put out a process and a request that people submit their expressions of interest. If they want to be appointed by the board to the new standing bylaws committee. We have received exactly 2 responses. And I want to thank, in all seriousness, I want to thank Jeff Leventoff and Scott Goldberg, who stepped forward to be on the committee. I gotta confess, I screwed up here. I should have included in your board members, those 2 members' email responses, but I'm sure you know them and can guess what they would have looked like. They've been on the bylaws committee before, and they're, great additions to the committee, I think. So I would be prepared to move forward and approve them now. And then we have to figure out how to, let's just look at the numbers. There are currently three board members of the bylaws committee, and then 2 non-board members, which is exactly what the drafters of this new committee did not want. So we have to figure out how to get more members of the community who would volunteer their time for the bylaws committee. I don't know if it's the way we worded the announcement that scared people off or what, but whatever you guys can think of, however we can draw some folks in. I'm seeing yeah. I'm seeing a comment in chat, but okay.
So, I would. Is that a formal motion?
We need one, yeah.
All right, so I would motion to approve both of them.
Great.
I'll second.
Joel seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Any recusals? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion passes. Congratulations, Jeff and Scott.
They are right there anyway, so.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the oversight committee.
I think our first meeting is Tuesday.
Okay,
That's what I was asking. Our first meeting is Tuesday.
and for the strategic planning and finance committee, we will set a meeting. That's our next move there. Events, Chris Orlano.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. We will be having a fall festival day Sunday, October 29th from 2 to 4, near and around the Entertainium. These are just kind of small family events that you don't have to have a family to join. Everybody is welcome. We have added a new fitness class to the roster, which will begin the first Wednesday of November, which is Wednesday, November 1st. It will be a cardio fitness class, right? Is that the done? Okay, and that once a week, 6 o'clock in the clubhouse. And that will be on a trial basis through the end of January, pending good attendance. So please try to go.
Thank you. We had a small meeting this past week. We still have a large mailing list, but we're certainly looking for people who, even if you don't want to come to committee meetings, if you just want to help out with events, just email Alana or me. We're happy to put you on our mailing list and just include you as we're looking for volunteers for various events. We can always use help.
All right. And I said events committee, it should be events and welcoming. Chris reminded me, so in the future, I'll make sure those are combined. All right, next item is, I want to ask Joel to sort of present the idea. And Joel, I previewed it with Michael, and from a staffing perspective, it's not a problem, but Joel has a proposal for sort of what he's calling a helping hands committee.
Yeah, basically, I'm looking for, come up with a committee called the Helping Hands Committee. And what it is just to do things around the community, easy things, that Mike was guys can't get to, so it's that, and also to help people. So if someone's sick and they need somebody to go shopping for them, they can call the office and they can get a list of people that would be willing to do that for them. Even down to, okay, I got a problem and I'm getting fined and my garden is that, maybe we cut the grass for them if they had a lawnmower. Just basic things. I'm not saying this becomes an everyday thing. We're not looking to become their maintenance for, we're just looking to help out somebody to get over the hump.
And a great example of that, sorry if you already said it, was the ropes project.
Yeah,
the from this past summer.
Yeah.
Some volunteers in the community just said, hey, we got this, and we're able to help Michael out. Couldn't get the proper folks out there to do it in time.
Right.
And they did a great job, and we're really thankful for that. So it's kind of building off of that notion,
Exactly.
you know, sort of one-off ad hoc, projects where people want to lend their labor.
Right, but we wouldn't do anything without getting Michael's okay and the board's okay. That is key. We're not being individual.
Yeah, That is a critical component. Everything has to go through the board. We can't have people just, you know, going and fixing, basketball hoops on their own.
I'm looking at more along the lines of wind towers, you know. We're not supposed to need help.
Yeah, I like the idea that you know, helping out, you know, your neighbors.
Yeah.
So that would, my request, that would be the larger part of the scope of the helping hands. Maybe an application process, whatever it might be, and.
That's the only thing, it's because we meet once a month, if it snows on a Tuesday, we've already met. What's that approval process? So we wanna flesh that out.
So I think we would have to get people to sign up, they would want to do snow removal, we give their name to the office. And if someone called the office and say, hey, I need help, and even down to, yeah, I gotta put my garbage cans out, I can't put my garbage can.
Or bring it back in.
So bring it back in.
It would be really simple.
Yeah.
The office would manage needs with abilities.
Right.
So, you know, I need this, I'm willing to do this, the office can try to
But
match up.
that's-
It's not any harder than that.
I mean, snow, they gotta get them, like, you're not gonna be fine on the driveway, but like, if the guy doesn't show up, the guy has a doctor's appointment, I can't get out, that type of thing, but.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think. Just want to, I think we just need to be clear there that the. People asking for help are asking for help from volunteers within the community, that EGPOA is not. Suddenly assuming responsibilities for things like snow removal and things like that, and that. I mean, if the office is willing to manage that traffic, that's awesome. I think just making sure that we don't cross the streams in terms of volunteer work and official kind of.
Yeah, and I think we'll get a sense too, whether that's the altruistic purpose of it remains or whether people are abusing it. I hope it doesn't ever come to
Right.
that, but if people do start to abuse it, then obviously
but I think we could look at this like a good Samaritan rule. Type of
Yeah.
thing, you know, where it's not,
help your neighbor.
you know.
And Joel would be the
Chairman,
head of that.
Yes, he would, because he volunteered.
chair hand.
I'll motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Joel as chair.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed?
Volunteers, guys. Volunteers.
Hearing no opposition or recusals or abstentions, the motion passes. Chris, you had something? Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna mention our fireworks for 2024. There are 2 potential dates.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're all okay with it. What are the dates again?
if we did it on Saturday, it would be, either Saturday, June 29th, or Saturday, July 6th. I think those are the 2 days. July 4th itself falls on a Thursday this year, so we either need to decide to book it the weekend before July 4th, which is what we did this past year, or book it just after July 4th.
I like the 6th personally.
Me too.
Closer, and I think more folks will have taken
People will
that.
be up the Thursday. they'll have
Yeah,
Friday
exactly.
off.
People will take a long weekend potentially.
I'll motion to book the 6th pending the availability of the fireworks.
They'll be available.
One second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, recusals, abstentions? Hearing none, the motion passes. Chris, one more thing.
Yeah, I just had a housekeeping request for committee chairs. It would be really helpful if you could send me, we tried the Outlook calendar, nobody's using the Outlook calendar. I accept that that is the way things are. What I need though is, and I think is a reasonable ask, is if committee chairs can send me the dates of their planned meetings so that I can make sure there aren't conflicts, so that, for example, oversight and events aren't both meeting on the second Thursday of every month. So if you just pick like a cycle day, like we're gonna meet on the 3rd Thursday, and just kind of project those dates out for me, and give me a list of dates for the next few months, that would be super helpful, and just making sure the community members who are looking to give their time to multiple committees aren't frustrated. Thank you. That's all.
All right, just announcing our next meeting will be the special meeting on October 24th, which is a Tuesday, so it's a week from this Tuesday. at 7 PM by Zoom only. So that puts the time pressure on us to get our document done, which we will. Board members, we'll email separately if we need to do any sort of workshopping, but our hope is we're pretty close. Our second annual meeting, which is the member budget vote, and is also our board's next regular meeting, is Sunday, November 19th at 9 AM. All right. So with that, see if anybody online or here has any questions. See 2 notes in the chat. Is that
One was just Cindy Canterman telling Joel that Mark is back.
okay?
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's the only one that I see.
Okay. So anybody online have any questions? Going once, going twice. All right, thanks for joining us. Board, hang on for, I promise you it'll just be very quick executive session. And then we'll adjourn. So if you're online and not a board member, now is the time to log off. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the 24th and then again on the 19th of November. Bye, guys.
Have a good day, everybody.